Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day today. If you're new here, welcome. In today's video we are gonna be testing out a foundation that I recently found in TK Maxx, and that is the Becca Ultimate Coverage 24 Hours Foundation, which is normally £32, but I was able to pick this up for £13. So if you live close to any TK Maxx, just go and have a look. You might be able to find it. I think the discount you can have on this right now is really good. Becca's been quite hard to get in the UK. It first started out on Cold Beauty, and I believe they recently launched in John Lewis and in Boots. So it might be easier to get now, but historically I was never able to get it. I traveled to Italy quite often due to my husband being Italian, and they have Sephora over there, and I normally get to swatch some of the products when we visit Sephora. But like I said, here in the UK I have never personally seen Becca in store before, so I was really happy when they started launching some of their products in TK Maxx, because that was the first time I was able to put my hands on their products. And to be honest with you, when you have the opportunity to check out these Becca products in person, you realize that they are really good quality. So as soon as I saw this foundation and they happen to have one in a shade that suits my skin tone. This is the shade Cashmere, and it's a shade for fair to light skin tone with neutral undertones. Now I don't have neutral undertones, I have quite cool undertones, but you know how TK Maxx says you're lucky if you can find any skin products in your shade or anything near to your shade. So I was more than happy to pick up this shade, and I'm wearing this foundation right now. I think it worked out quite well. They do have a lot of shades, 42 shades in total, but people say that even though they have a lot of shades, no one really seems to fit them. I didn't have that problem. As soon as I saw this foundation, I knew that this shade is gonna fit me, and it did. So yeah, once again, like I said, they have loads of different shades of this foundation on their website, including a lot of really light and a lot of really dark shades, and they cover cool tones, warm tones and neutral tones, so that's all really good. This foundation has 1 fluid ounce, which is quite standard. It was made in Italy and it has 12 months shelf life. The packaging is really sleek and luxurious. I honestly really love this packaging. It's made really well. So now, without further ado, let's jump right into applying it, and let's see if it lives up to the expectations. It promises to be full coverage, not creasing, not fading, and not sinking into any fine lines. It promises to be seamless and breathable and full coverage, yet really light on the skin. Let's see if it does all that or not. Okay, so I zoomed you guys in as much as possible. I already cleaned and primed my face, so we're ready to apply the foundation now. It has Becca written twice on the cap, and it comes with a pump, which is really handy. I'm gonna be applying it using a sponge because that's just my preferred method. And as you can see, it's not really a runny formula, it's actually quite thick. And the shade I have today is the shade Cashmere. This is 1 pump. Cashmere seems like a quite good color match, maybe a little bit too light, but I can work with that, especially because we don't know yet if it's gonna start oxidizing. So it looks like 1 pump was technically enough to cover this half of my face, even though I was focusing on my cheeks and not really on my forehead. But I have more breakouts and more problem on this side of the face, so I'm really interested to see what happens when I apply the foundation on this side. This is definitely the thickest foundation I have tried so far. It definitely has a little bit of a scent to it, but I can't really put my fingers on what it is, but it's a nice scent. It's definitely nothing cheap or chemically. So far we have one pump on both sides of the face, and honestly it looks really good. It definitely looks better than my Too Faced Born This Way or my NARS Radiant Longwear foundation. So yeah, so far I do really like it. I'm always scared and hesitant to use full coverage foundations because I feel like it can turn cakey very easily. So I'm honestly considering not applying anymore because it looks good so far. But for the sake of this video, obviously you guys want to see if it's buildable. So for the sake of it, I'm gonna go back with a second layer and I'm gonna add a little bit on my neck as well because I haven't put any on my neck yet. So I'm gonna start with half a pump on my neck. I'm gonna add one pump of product to the center of the face and then work it outwards. So this is how the foundation looks so far. This is obviously without having any concealer, any setting powder, anything else on the face. It's just the foundation on its own. I would say though that it doesn't really look nice around the nose or anywhere where I have wrinkles. It starts settling there, but honestly I think all full coverage foundations would do that. So far, obviously, I don't know about the lasting power of this foundation. So without saying anything else, I'm just gonna go off camera. I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup and then later on I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna show you how it looks after a couple of hours wear. Okay guys, so I'm just checking in with you 3 hours after the initial application. I do have some mascara smudging under my eyes, but never mind that. It also started raining outside, so if you hear the rain in the background, that's that. It's looking quite shiny and I'm not gonna lie, it looks a bit cakey in some areas, but that's not the biggest concern I have. One thing is that once I was finished with all of the powders, I noticed that the brush I always use for applying my bronzer and my contour completely removed the foundation from the tip of my nose. So I had to go back, put some more foundation there and then very carefully tap it with the powder. And this makes me feel that this is not gonna be a long-lasting foundation at all, because the tip of my nose is the most oily part of my face, and what just happened there makes me feel like this foundation will come off of anywhere oily very easily. And I did touch my face a couple of places before setting this foundation, and I noticed that wherever you touch it, the foundation just comes off. So I don't think it adheres to your skin very well. I don't know if I should do a test of it to demonstrate it, because obviously that's gonna ruin my makeup, but yeah, I'm just gonna do it anyway. I'm just gonna wipe my finger across my face and we see what happens. Yeah, I'm sure you guys can see that. Everything I applied on top of it just came off, and that is not what a long-lasting foundation should be like. Here's another one that is probably much easier to see. Yeah, this foundation comes right off. So whilst it looks alright, I don't see where in life you wouldn't want to touch your face at all. I can't zoom in anymore, but hopefully you can see the tip of my nose. If you rub your nose, the foundation will come off, but it will cling to the skin around the pores, and that is really, really ugly. Unfortunately for me, this foundation is a fail. It looks good for taking just a couple of pictures and having a full coverage foundation for that, but as soon as you touch your face, everything comes off. And I'm not talking about a little bit, I'm talking about everything, and it doesn't even come off gradually or gracefully. It comes off the ugliest way possible. And I mean, if I went to work and I accidentally touch my nose or I have to blow my nose, after that it ends up looking like this, I would be so embarrassed in front of my coworkers. This is really not a good look, I'm sorry. I mean, I'm still hoping to buy some Becca highlighter one day because I know their highlighters are really, really nice. But this foundation just did not work for me whatsoever. So I know we're only 3 hours into the video, but for me there's no point to carry on because I know exactly what's gonna happen. It is a full coverage foundation, so the oils underneath will keep building up and the foundation will keep breaking apart, and it's gonna be easier and easier to rub it off. I mean, this is my cheek. I'm not oily on my cheek. It's not supposed to come off like this. But if it comes off like this on my cheeks now after 4 hours, can you imagine how easy it's gonna be to wipe it off my forehead after 6 hours or 8 hours? I don't know how they're allowed to put 24 hours on the packaging, because there is no way this foundation would last 24 hours on you. I mean, imagine that within that 24 hours, at any point you decide to lay down, all of it is gonna come off. So no, it's a big no for me. I'm really sorry. I really hope to do another foundation review in the future where I'm gonna be more positive. I recently did another video on the Too Faced Peach Perfect foundation, and you guys, that foundation was so good. So if you're looking for a foundation that is good coverage and is actually long lasting, go and check out that one instead of this, because this one is Anyways, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, even if it turned out to be a negative one. Like I said, if you're just looking for a full coverage foundation for a couple of hours, you have dry skin or normal skin, but perfect skin with no enlarged pores and no fine lines, and for whatever reason you want to cover up your perfect skin with a full coverage foundation, then there you have it. It's not gonna be able to cover anything for longer than 1 or 2 hours, but if regardless of all that, for whatever reason you want to purchase it, then you can pick it up in TK Maxx for £13. I certainly wouldn't spend £32 on it. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because I would love to have you here. And until next time, take care of yourself. I will see you very soon. Bye.